Hey, well, delighted to be joined by Bobby Coppin. Now, Bobby, it's a momentous evening for you. You've put together this foundation. Just talk a little bit about how this has all come to fruition.
Yeah, so sort of after my injury and stuff, I was in a dark place for a little while, and I sort of thought this ain't right, and I don't want other people to sort of go through this, and if they are, I want to help as many people as possible. So I'm delighted to have been able to set up the Bobby Coppin Foundation alongside Kaylee Stent. Um, we are aiming to sort of provide unique support, unique mental health support for players, their families, and staff in elite sport. So yeah, like I said in all my interviews, I'm now wanting to help people, and the fact that with help of various different people, luckily I've been able to set this up.
Yeah, because obviously within football, probably first team players have access to the tools to sort of help them through certain times. But it's not just about first team footballers at football clubs, is it? You've got young kids, you've got staff. You know that people can go through a whole chunk of information and stuff and struggle with it, and sometimes they have nowhere to turn to. And this is where you guys can come in.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially for young players, we sort of want to add that additional support because I've been through it in my career, being released, and different things like this. So, and especially obviously having to retire so young, I think definitely for young players, we want to add that support because it is tough, what the industry is. So, and then obviously for families, I know that my parents have obviously been through it, and parents invest just as much as the kid does in the game. So we want to then offer that support to all the parents and families, and also on the staffing side of things. Anything can happen in life, so if we can be there to then there again add support to the staff, then that would be great.
Yeah, particularly at this moment in time, obviously going through a global pandemic. I don't think anyone expected people to be able to say we're going through such a thing 2 years ago. So we're now in a situation whereby there are so many outside pressures that can really affect your day-to-day life. And you might come in with a smile on your face, but ultimately when you go home, it might be completely different. And it's important that there's a platform for people to be able to talk about how they're feeling.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously anyone can put on a brave face and that, but when they go home, no one really knows what they're feeling, especially in their head, and all things like that. So if we can create this foundation and be there for them types of people that are going through something, whether it's on the football pitch or at work or at home, whatever it is, we want to be there and support people because like we say, we don't want people to feel alone, and we don't want people feeling like there's no one to turn to. So if we're there to support them and help them get through dark patches, then that'd be amazing.
Yeah, and of course, for people that don't know, Kaylee is obviously gone through a whole chunks of qualifications in terms of getting to the sort of counselling stage, and obviously working together, you've got different skill sets that all work in the right way.
Yeah, definitely. I think we complement each other perfectly. Obviously, Kaylee's had lots of personal battles that are commendable and all things like that. So she's absolutely great, and I'm lucky to be able to do this with her. Obviously, Kaylee specialised in the counselling side of things, so I think with the work we're going to start with sort of workshops and talks, which I can deliver and to players, staff, and parents. And then as we build and progress, we look to also bring in counselling, with Kaylee's expertise in that side of things. So we're looking to really build and make it a big thing.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people say when they have a situation like yours where you're forced to retire, you want to help, etc., etc. And sometimes there can be veiled words. Sometimes you can say that you want to do it, but then don't follow it through. You're less than 2 weeks away from when everything sort of comes to a head from your point of view, and already you've put something in place. That says a lot about your drive and determination to make those words a reality.
Yeah, I think, like you say, anyone that knows me knows that if I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it, and I'll put in as much work that needs, whether it's staying up till midnight to put the final touches together so we can launch it today. Just little things like that. That if I want to do something, I'll do it. So, and this is something I'm really passionate about is helping other people, and that's just the sort of person I am, and that's what I want to do. So, yeah, definitely, like you say, I think what's happened to me has happened, and I'm now just trying to turn it into a positive, and that's luckily what I've been able to do.
I'm sure I'll speak for your family and your friends that they're obviously very proud of you in terms of what you've gone through, but also what you're going on in this journey as well. How important is it for you to sort of follow this through to its conclusion? Because you want to help people, and I suppose it's one of those old adages: if you can help one person, it could change their life.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, I think that's what it's all about for me, to be honest, is making people feel like they're not alone, and making people happy, and supporting people through dark patches. And definitely, like you say, my family and everything like that have been massive for me. And as much as this is for me to help people, it's also for me to sort of give back to the club. Obviously, we want to be in association with Peterborough United, so that's definitely a massive thing for me, to be able to give back and say thank you for everything that the club's done for me and everyone involved with it. So if I can now push this and put as much work into it as possible and make it a massive thing that helps loads and loads of people, then that would be great.
Yeah, you mentioned the club. Obviously, I know that the owners are sort of backing you in terms of being able to partner with the football club, and obviously you've got to start somewhere in terms of doing that as a sort of wider reach. But as you say, it's important to give back to this football club, and working with Kaylee, who I know has really helped you through this period as well.
Yeah, definitely. The club have been absolutely amazing in everything they've done, from the chairman all the way down to everybody involved. And Kaylee's been massive as well in sort of the mental side of things, getting me through it. So yeah, like I say, that all I want to do is give back to the club and sort of thank them for everything they've done for me. So yeah, definitely will be looking to provide that support for the club, and then obviously speaking to various other clubs, organisations, and things like that, to then give our support to them where needed.
Yeah, and I know that obviously the Bobby Copping Foundation, I'm sure there'll be websites set up, information for people to go and view, and we'll obviously get a story on the website about it as well. And it says a lot about you as a person to, you know, to have such a big setback to turn it into a positive. And as I say, it's very difficult sometimes to look at it from the outside and say, oh, that's an easy thing to do, because it's not. You've obviously gone through such a big challenge, but you must be pleased that you've got to this stage already and be able to take that negative into a positive.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said before, that's what it's all about for me, to be honest. Turning these negative setbacks into positives. Obviously, I had it when I got released at Norwich. I turned it into a positive and went to Manchester at 16 years old and did really well there. And then that folded, and I had to turn that into a positive and sign for Peterborough, which was and has been an amazing 2 years of my life. So, and now this has happened, and I'm turning it into a positive. And off the field, I can't play on the field, but I could. Why can't I make an impact off it? So definitely, and like I say before, helping people is a massive part of my DNA. So yeah, I'm excited for this journey, and like I say, I'm just going to put my everything into it, and hopefully we can make it a massive thing.